Over the weekend, I took a huge risk that could have quite literally destroyed my content creation career. I multi-streamed on YouTube and Twitch. Joking aside, guys, it was not a huge risk. I'm just kind of mocking, if you will, the creators out there who say, you know, in their titles, I multi-streamed on YouTube and Twitch. Here's what happened. Yes, we can tell you what happened. You multi-streamed on 2 platforms. You split your audience. You had some viewers here. You had some viewers there. It's a win-win for everybody. That's what happened. I am not one of those dramatic creators, guys. I'm here to just sit down and talk to you about my experience as a semi-new multi-streamer. But first of all, what's up? How y'all doing? My name is David Franco, and welcome back to another video. I love sitting down and talking to you guys. By the way, side note, I think I'm gonna switch to this chair. I've noticed while editing, this chair is a little distracting. Plus, it's a little dominant over my body. I like being the dominant one. Okay, but seriously, guys, yes, over the weekend, I multi-streamed on Twitch. Now, for those who don't have early access to the weekend vlogs, spoiler alert, you're gonna see a weekend vlog this Friday titled, It's Time for a Change, or something like that. Maybe I'll change it between now and then. And that change is giving multi-streaming another try. Now, I am not even close to being a new streamer, guys. I have been there since the beginning. I've streamed on Ustream via my first domain ever, thecreativeone.tv. Let me know, were you there? Guys, it was a big deal back then. I mean, live streaming in itself was kind of new, so not everybody and their freaking aunts and uncle were doing it. I was one of the first people to live stream throughout extended hours of the day, and I had a great time. I mean, guys, I even did it in college, which was really interesting. I mean, a little bit of social anxiety involved because I didn't want my roommates walking in and be like, David, why are you talking to your monitor? Because back then, live streaming was kind of unheard of. Like, it was just this brand new form of content creation, and while it just wasn't nearly as popular as it is now. Then eventually, I moved over to YouTube, which made sense at the time, and it still makes sense. I mean, YouTube is my home. I've been here for over 20 years now, and I'm so grateful for that. And by that, I mean, I'm grateful for you guys, because if it wasn't for you watching, well, I wouldn't be creating videos 20 years later. So from me to you, thank you so much for sticking around. I appreciate it. And then eventually I tried Twitch, although I may have tried Twitch first, then YouTube, vice versa. I'm not sure, because I've jumped back and forth so many times. But yeah, I mean, I tried Twitch for a while, and Twitch is still going extremely well. I have over like 92 or 9,300 followers, but honestly, followers count, subscribers count, all that stuff on YouTube, Twitch, and whatever, it's not that important. It's about the people you reach. So whether you get 5 viewers, 50 viewers, or 500 viewers, it's the fact that you're putting yourself out there and you're talking to real people. Because if it wasn't for the people, well, then you wouldn't be streaming, right? I mean, I don't know about you, but I'd much rather stream to 5 people than 1 person. And well, let's be honest, that 1 person is usually you lurking in the background just to make sure everything is looking and sounding great. And at some point I tried Mixer. Mixer was actually pretty good. And then it shut down. Yeah, that lasted, what, like a year or 2? It was a really good platform. It was a really good platform. I didn't have any major complaints. And then I tried Kick. Kick, you know, despite the drama behind Kick, is usually people are like, well, all the bad streamers are on Kick, people causing drama. Just because, you know, this percentage of people are just doing horrible things on a platform doesn't mean the other half, like myself and other honest content creators, are bad people as well. I mean, that's like saying everyone on Twitch is as bad as, what's her name, who recently got caught almost sideswiping a car because she was live streaming, Extra Emily or whatever her name is. Honestly, guys, I don't really watch her, but I mean, the fact that she did that doesn't mean streamers like myself would actually do that. Streaming and driving is incredibly dangerous. But anyway, the point is, I have done it all. From Ustream all the way back to YouTube and Twitch recently, I have a ton of experience across multiple live streaming platforms, which means I can easily name the pros and cons of each. Now, I'm not gonna do that in today's video, but instead I wanna sit down for a little bit and talk to you guys regarding my live streaming experience as a multi-streamer. Now, typically speaking, I'm not gonna lie to you, I am heavily against multi-streaming because I'm a big believer in putting all of your time and effort into growing yourself on one platform for a specific task. For example, Twitch, like that is still the streaming platform to be on. That's where all the viewers are, that's where the tools are, and that's where the monetization is. I make more money on Twitch as a live streamer than I do as a live streamer on YouTube. But I obviously make a lot more money on YouTube through my videos than I do live streaming. So for me, live streaming on Twitch is kind of like the icing on the cake or the cherry on the top or whatever dorky analogy or metaphor you want to use, I don't know. But the point is, if you're live streaming, in my opinion, you should heavily focus on one platform to begin with and then put your videos on something else like YouTube or Instagram and TikTok. And I get it, people are gonna be like, well, David, shouldn't you put yourself everywhere? Yes, and that's where the main point of today's video comes from. Why not put yourself everywhere? Yes, focusing on one thing is good, but despite everything I just said, putting yourself on other platforms simultaneously, I mean, it can't hurt, right? So I tried that over the weekend. Here's what happened. Damn it, I did it anyway. So typically speaking, on a good night on Twitch, I get about like 20 to 30 concurrent viewers, meaning those people actually stick around for the entire stream. Now, throughout the entire night, literally hundreds of people can come through. That's typically what live streaming is about. Unlike a video, people are much more likely to jump from stream to stream to stream because it's live. You can come back at any moment in time. So typically speaking, I have like 20 to 30 people concurrently on a good night. But when I multi-streamed on YouTube and Twitch, my Twitch numbers definitely dropped down to like 15 to 25, it seemed. Now, this is raw data, meaning that this isn't concrete data that's going to be the same every single night, because live streaming is incredibly random with analytics, incredibly random. But it's interesting. I had less viewers on Twitch, but my second night on YouTube, while multi-streaming on Twitch and YouTube, my YouTube numbers, check this out. I had like 25 to 30 people. So that goes to show you, like, are more people watching me on YouTube because it's more convenient? Now, me as a viewer, I gotta be honest, I am so much more, no, seriously, I am 100% more likely to watch a live stream on YouTube than I am Twitch, from the comfort of my couch. Yes, I have a Twitch app on my PS5 and my Xbox, that's not a problem. But if I'm already watching videos on YouTube and I don't know, like, person A is live and I happen to see them in my recommended that they're live, for instance, shout out to my friend Logan, when he streamed on YouTube, I would watch him more on YouTube than I would Twitch, because I would just put him on in the background because I already have YouTube running. And I'll continue editing my vlog or whatever. And while I'd have him in the background at a low volume, or my friend Colin if he was on YouTube, or my friend Danny. Danny, I miss your live streams. But I know that those days are behind you, and I respect that. Anyway, guys, I'm just kind of rambling here. I have notes. I'm not going through my notes at all. This is a terrible video. I'm just kind of sharing my experience. It was really interesting. Now, how do you live stream on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Facebook, all those platforms at the same time? TikTok, Instagram. It is possible. Hi, Gizmo. What's up, dude? It's possible using a variety of free platforms, services, tools, plugins, whatever. Your experience will vary from the next streamer and the previous streamer because it comes down to what you want to do. Now, me personally, I prefer an all-in-one experience on OBS. I don't want to have to manage multiple windows for managing multiple streams. That to me is a pain in the ass, not gonna lie. And for years now, I've been looking for that one solution that just works. Meaning I've tried the Stream Elements plugin, a lot of people like that, but something about it I didn't like. I think managing my YouTube live stream was a mess, because as much as I love YouTube, I'll be honest, setting up a live stream on Twitch is so much easier than it is on YouTube. With YouTube, your live video URL changes each and every time. Whereas with Twitch, I could say, hey, go to twitch.tv/DavidFranco. But with YouTube, you have to go to my channel, which isn't a huge deal because you're live, it's there on the front page of your channel anyway. But the URL does change every time. So using an external plugin like Stream Elements, you have to update your information every single time for that information to go live to YouTube. And you just have to hope you're looking at the right window when it comes to your live chat. Now, I realize everything I'm saying right now is gibberish and jargon and whatever, but thankfully everything is easier now because I found a free tool called Aidum? I'm not sure how to say it. It's spelled like the following: AITUM. It's free. It's a plugin that you could just integrate right into OBS. And it quite literally gives you different buttons to go live per platform, unlike Restream.io, which is easier and probably the best solution for most people. Restream.io, for those who don't know, takes your primary feed like Twitch and it kind of mirrors it. It pushes it out to other platforms like YouTube and Kick. But the thing is, I believe when you use something like Restream, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe the quality degrades with each stream. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Whereas with Atom, again, I hope I'm saying that correctly, you have individual streams. So I have an individual button for Twitch and an individual button for YouTube. And it works exactly as you would think it does. I click Twitch, I go live. I click YouTube, I go live. Now keep in mind, you do have to manage your streams outside of the plugin, at least from what I can see. There probably are more tools brought to you by Atom that I haven't even messed around with, but I prefer to set up things in the browser anyway, because I want to make sure everything works exactly as I expect them to work. Because I can't tell you how many times I've updated my YouTube settings, my live settings, like the title, the thumbnail, and whatever, in something like the Stream Elements plugin in OBS, but it doesn't actually update on YouTube. And that's what drove me crazy. It drove me freaking crazy as a multi-streamer. And that's why it took me so long to multi-stream consistently, because I just couldn't find something that works. But lesson learned, I'm just gonna use something like Atom, which is an OBS plugin, and then I'll manually update things within my Chrome browser for Twitch and or YouTube. And honestly, I think that's the way you gotta do it. You gotta set up your stream separately in your browser and then go live with a plugin. Do not trust any plugins that allow you to update the title, the game title, thumbnail, or whatever. It might work for you, I don't know, but for me personally, it's been a very inconsistent process. So that's how it works for me. Atom is right below. Now, will I continue to stream consistently on YouTube and Twitch? Maybe. I mean, I don't see why not. People seem to like it, and it's really nice including everybody. The only thing is, it might hurt my Twitch revenue a little bit. So I just noticed a typo, let me fix that. But that's the thing. I don't make a ton of money on Twitch. Like monthly speaking, I make between $150 and $250, which isn't bad. That pays my electric bill. Who cares, Now, if I could make more on Twitch and YouTube streaming, that would be great. And that's my long-term goal. Just be transparent and fully upfront with you. That is my long-term goal. So now I can take advantage of the monetization options on both Twitch and YouTube. Twitch, you've got bits, you've got subs, you've got Twitch Prime. YouTube, you can technically share your revenue with YouTube Premium, and you make money through ads, which is kind of cool. And yes, you can control how many ads you run on both Twitch and YouTube. Both platforms have gotten so much better about that. And of course, with YouTube, you have memberships and super chats. I just got a super chat over the weekend. I believe it was from my good friend, Danny Minnick. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate that, dude. So, yeah, those are my plans. I will continue to multi-stream on Twitch and YouTube as long as it works consistently. And again, if YouTube for whatever reason breaks, then I can always just stream directly to Twitch using the Atom plugin, because Twitch is extremely consistent. Yes, the ads suck on that platform, but it's a very consistently good platform for my usage. And by the way, if you're wondering how I multi-chat, how I keep track of YouTube and Twitch in one OBS plugin, check out a free desktop app called Caster Labs. I'll link that right below along with Atom. So based on my experience, you install Caster Labs on Windows, right? And then I think you have the option to include a dock in OBS. I believe it shows up automatically if you click docks in the top left of OBS and then select Caster Labs. Or maybe I added a multi-chat browser separately. Maybe that's what I did. Either way, it's all right below, guys. It's incredibly easy to use, and best of all, it's free. So why wouldn't you stream? Multi-stream, that is, to Twitch and YouTube. Now, I'm not interested in going back to Kick anytime soon, but I will say, if you're interested in doing vertical streams, which I have yet to experiment with, Atom actually does support that. You can do vertical streams all within OBS. Now, keep in mind, you're gonna have to have a decent upload speed, because with Atom, unlike Restream, you're doing separate upstreams. Meaning I'm doing like 6 to 8 up on Twitch and 6 to 8 up on YouTube. So on average, I'm pushing 15 to 18,000 megabits per second every time I multi-stream on YouTube and Twitch. So just to keep in mind. Oh, by the way, bonus mention, I have it in my notes here. Streaming on YouTube allows me to get creative once again with my thumbnails. Like I've been using Google Gemini to create some beautiful thumbnails for Tarkov, Fortnite, Valorant, you name it, there's gonna be a thumbnail for it. So for me, it's fun. It allows me to get more creative. Multi-streaming allows me to connect with more people and of course, take advantage of additional monetization opportunities, which I think is great. Like it's a win, win, win. There's nothing bad that comes out of this except for the chance of something going wrong. There's definitely a greater chance of something going wrong now that I'm streaming to 2 platforms instead of 1. But hey, why not take the chance? Guys, thank you so much for watching. Question for you, and your feedback is important. Which platform do you prefer to watch me on? YouTube or Twitch, and why? Let me know in the comment section right below. And please, speaking of below, click that like button. I appreciate it because, well, it helps push videos like this out to the algorithm. And I realized I was all over the place, guys. I didn't really follow my notes at all, but I just love talking about this stuff. Happy streaming, happy gaming, and I'll see you tonight, right? I hope so. Peace.